Hello and a very warm welcome to all the students of Europe Hotel School. My name is, well, you can think of me as your guide, an AI expert in hotel operations. I'm thrilled to be joining you on your online learning journey as we dive into something absolutely essential, strategic forecasting. This isn't just theory, it's the bedrock of modern hospitality leadership. So let's get right into it. I want you to really think about this quote. Sales forecasting is where strategy becomes measurable. This one idea right here is what separates good hotels from great ones. It's how we take all those big ambitions and lofty goals and turn them into a concrete, day-by-day plan of action.
So, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll see how strategy gets measurable. Then, we'll cover the core pillars of any good forecast. Next up, how that data actually drives decisions. From there, we'll talk about building a culture of accountability. And finally, we'll put it all together to show you how this becomes your #1 competitive advantage.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about turning those big, abstract goals into something real, something you can actually work with, hard numbers that can steer the entire hotel. Now, let's be really clear about something. Forecasting is not about having a crystal ball, right? It doesn't magically eliminate all uncertainty. The market's always going to throw curveballs. What it does do, though, is give you a powerful, data-driven framework to make sense of the chaos. It reduces risk and makes every single decision you make just that much stronger. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a huge concert is announced in your city. Hotel A, the one without a forecast, is thrown into chaos. They're scrambling to find last-minute staff, paying overtime, running out of supplies. It's pure reaction. But Hotel B? They saw this coming months ago in their forecast. They adjusted their pricing, scheduled the right team, and stocked their pantries perfectly. One is constantly fighting fires, the other is in complete control. That's the power we're talking about.
So, you're probably asking, how do we build a forecast that gives us that kind of control? Well, it's definitely not guesswork. A truly solid, reliable forecast is built on 3 very distinct pillars of information.
Now, each of these pillars is important on its own, for sure. Historical data tells you where you've been. Market trends tell you what's happening out there right now. And your sales pipeline tells you what business you're already chasing. But here's the magic. When you bring all 3 together, you get this incredible 3-dimensional view of the future. It's not just a guess anymore. It's a genuine strategic insight.
All right, so we've got all this great data and a shiny new forecast. So what? How does this actually change things on the ground, in the day-to-day running of the hotel? This is where the rubber really meets the road.
This chart says it all, doesn't it? A general manager can look at this and know with confidence how many housekeepers they need on Tuesday, how many front desk agents for the weekend rush. It means in the low season, you're not burning money on overstaffing. And in the high season, you're not damaging your reputation with bad service from being understaffed. It's all about having exactly what you need right when you need it. I want you to think of forecasting as a bridge. On one side, you have the hotel's big picture vision. On the other, you have the daily to-do lists. Forecasting is what connects them. It ensures your marketing dollars are spent at the right time, your restaurant orders the right amount of food, and you don't decide to renovate the lobby during your busiest week of the year. It gets everyone and everything moving in the same direction. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked a lot about process and data, but none of it matters without the people. A forecast is just numbers on a page until your team actually believes in it. This is about building trust and alignment. Seriously, think about this. As future leaders, this is one of the biggest challenges you'll face. How do you hand a sales target or an occupancy goal to your team and have them not just accept it, but truly own it and fight for it? Well, the answer really comes down to these 3 things. First, transparency. People need to see how you got the numbers. Second, consistency. A process that's reliable builds trust over time. And third, and this is the big one, collaboration. When you involve sales, marketing, and operations in creating the forecast, it becomes their forecast. It's simple, really. People will always commit to a target they helped build. And here's the beautiful results of all that. When you have these clear, trusted benchmarks, the whole conversation changes. The weekly meeting stops being about pointing fingers and becomes a strategy session on how to win. Every single forecast cycle, whether you hit it or miss it, becomes a chance to learn and get smarter for next time. This brings us to our final and maybe most important point, because when you master everything we've talked about, forecasting stops being just another report you run. It becomes your hotel's single most powerful strategic weapon. First, you're no longer just reacting to the market, you're way ahead of it.
You see the shifts in demand coming before they happen. This gives you time to adapt and prepare while your competitors are still scrambling to figure out what's going on.
Second, you can jump on opportunities like never before. When your forecast shows a huge spike in demand 3 months from now, you have a massive head start. You can launch targeted ad campaigns and fine-tune your pricing to squeeze every last dollar of revenue out of that opportunity. And third, what does this all lead to? Consistency. Your operation becomes smoother, more efficient, and most importantly, more consistently profitable. You flatten out those crazy peaks and valleys that cause so many headaches for other hotels. So if you take away one thing, let it be this. Great forecasting is the system that connects everything: your data, your planning, and your team's execution. It's the discipline that aligns your entire hotel and gets everyone laser-focused on the same strategic goals. So, I'll leave you with this final question to think about as you continue your studies and start your careers. In every role you take, you're going to face a choice. Will you be part of a team that's always reacting, always one step behind? Or will you use this knowledge to help build a hotel that leads? The choice, as they say, is yours. Thank you so much for your time.